It's a theory. It's a Chris. It's a theory. Chrissy Chris. Chrissy Chris. Chrissy Chris. Chris's crazy theory.
We are off the marks.
Oh, I'm French.
Ha 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 ha. Sacre bleu.
Now, set your crazy hats to batshit crazy, because I really went deep on this one. I think I'm onto them on this one. I think.
All right, so you've went deeper than the entire writing script that, as we've established, threw us together in the back of a cigarette packet.
Oh yeah, there may be no coming back for me from this one.
The studio might hear you though. If you could put this in the bag, you might be getting a phone call from you, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Once I get out of the psych ward. So to set the scene, I take you to slide number 1. But so just like you said, the Steven, our buddy Steven, decides to just go on the internet to find this trinket. So it got me thinking, because we saw this now in the third one. It's so easy to acquire this evil artifact that contains the essence of a Djinn, of a creature from hellfire itself. So it just seemed easy to me. You called it lazy, but I think there's a reason for this, and I think this is more than meets the eye sort of thing. So we go to slide 2. He goes to da. I don't know why I included that. I just like to da. He says, I found it on one of my all-night web surfing jigs. So it's clearly he was on the internet, and this idea came to him. He ordered it. It was shipped to him. I'm thinking there's more to it. I'm thinking he was manipulated. He was sent this as a suggestion, much like all of us late at night.
His penis was telling him to do it.
Well, that's my penis theory, which is well known. You can find that in volume 2. But yes, it was way too easy. I think someone wanted him to have this, and I'll show you some more reasons why. So this is a good look at the box, But
barely had a look at the box, like it barely appeared. It's like,
yeah,
that's what we're done with quickness model, both right there in your face.
Yeah, you're right. In the third one, there was much more to it, right? She had to use a pen to poke at it and stuff like that. But even still, the person who put the gem in here, they're aware of the Djinn. They captured it somehow, and they want to keep it safe. Is this the type of box that you would put it in if you wanted it to keep it safe? You didn't want it to get into the wrong hands.
Is it bad that I could see the plywood?
Yes,
as a bad, I can actually see the plywood, and that now you've put that still up. That's why they got rid of it quickly. You can actually see the plywood and the painting, look at the state of that. Oh my god!
There's no lock. There's no
terrible.
There's no mechanism, and look how easily it breaks. If she drops it on the floor. But look, and I'll go back to the previous one for a sec because I went too fast. But yeah, if you could just see, it looks like it's ready to be opened. It looks like the two sides aren't even made to stay together long. It's almost like it's half of a box and half of another box. It's supposed to easily, just pop open.
And that never happened until this moment.
Right, right. So again, if you were putting a dangerous relic for safekeeping, you would want it in something ironclad. You wouldn't want to put it in that. So clearly, the person wanted it to be open. And I started thinking this was very similar to what we saw in the last movie. So in the last movie, why am I going so quick today? In the last movie, the main character, I forget her name, Diana. Diana finds a box that was sent from the Middle East, and she again opens it very easily. This is what it looked like. They did a better job in the third one with the box, but again, it's the same type of situation. If the person wanted to keep the gem safe, they wouldn't put it in a box that was so easily opened. Now, it didn't break, but again, this is not what you would want to do if you wanted to keep it safe. So the person sending it wants the gem to be released. They want the gem to be opened. So I started to think, this is definitely, there's a reason behind this. This is not an accident that these two, Djinns had this, right? The senders intentionally seem to be targeting evil people too. People that are more likely to want wish fulfillment, that are more likely to, act on the Djinn's wishes. Like they sent it to a professor who was known for sexual harassment in the third one. They sent it to a lawyer who, needs this case to be won. He's desperate for the love of this girl that he shouldn't have because she's in a long-term relationship with his best friend. Like these are the types of people that are not the most moral people, that are the most likely to give in to a wish. So I think the sender is intentionally sending these out to different people that are very likely to not only release the Djinn, but to actually act upon the wishes, or to request the wishes, which is what they want, right? So, all right, we got so that was that slide. So going to the next slide.
You're not convincing me, because honestly, this movie.
You keep thinking that this is make believe, and I'm trying to. This is real world.
Silly me.
I'm explaining how this real world works. So yeah, Professor Joel admits that it was sent to him, not the college, this is from the third movie, not the museum. It was sent to him. So very similar to the movie we're discussing today. So who is intentionally selling these gems, sending these gems? That's the question that you should be asking, my friend. So I went a little bit further to figure out who is sending these gems. All right. So the key question is, what shipping company? Because that will lead us or give us a clue as to who would be sending it. So I looked
Djinndirect.com.
Djinndirect.com. You may not be far off when we get to the end. But so I looked very carefully at the box itself to see if there was any shipping labels and stuff like that. They were very careful not to show that to us. Not because this is a movie, but because the Djinn didn't want us to know, the people viewing this somehow. So I was like, all right, well, what are the possible choices? And maybe we could narrow it down. All right. So our first choice, the U.S. Postal Service, right, might be an option to send these gems to the Middle East, but not likely to be used by them to send it to us. They probably would have used a more international company. So I'm going to discount them. The next option is Amazon. Well, Amazon just started to sell more than books around this time, 2001, 2002, when the two movies came out that we're talking about. So, they were really not established in the Middle East, as everyone knows, until 2017. You could look that up. So it's not Amazon. So our next possibility is FedEx. So possibly FedEx. They were established by 1989, and they did ship internationally from the Middle East around this time. But there's one more possibility. DHL. They also shipped for the Middle East at this time, and they were a much bigger presence there. They were established in 1970 versus 1989, and they were much bigger in the Middle East. But that's circumstantial evidence at best. It really could be one of these two companies. So I had to look deeper. You want to come down the rabbit hole with me?
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for the lawsuit. It's about to follow. Let's get slapped with a cease and desist.
So the next clue is fire. Okay. So, throughout these movies, it's been emphasized that fire is an important aspect, and it's symbolism for the Djinns. The Djinns were born in fire, and as hellspawn, they remain trapped there. So we see the, images of fire throughout these movies. We see it in Wishmaster 3. You see the fire in the background. At the beginning of this movie, they go into how it starts. God breathed fire into the universe. The light gave birth to angels, and earth gave birth to man. The fire gave birth to the Djinn, creatures condemned to dwell in the void between worlds, in hell, basically. So fire is very important. Is another image of fire. What are the two main colors of fire? Red and yellow. Well, that points me not to FedEx, which is blue and orange, DHL, red and yellow. So I'm starting to narrow it down. But again, this premise is flimsy. This premise is flimsy at best. Now look, I'm not saying that DHL, I don't want to disparage them. They're a great company, they're a great organization, very reliable for your international shipping needs.
As I get my door kicked in right now by the lawyer team who's just parachuted in.
All I'm saying, is that, behind DHL is an evil organization intent on destroying the world and releasing the Djinns. But otherwise, they're an excellent company. I would never want to disparage them.
4-star
Anyway,
review.
four stars. So look, what else do we know about hell? All right, how many levels of hell are there? There's 9. There's 9 levels of hell, as this ancient piece of parchment will attest to. Well, if we go back to DHL, let's count 9 levels of hell. We got 1, 2, 3 on the other side, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then across 9. 9 levels. This is another clue. So,
is this like, are you just reinvigorating the whole monster thing from early? When was that? When did that rumor start? The whole monster can 666 thing and Mark of the Beast.
Perhaps the truth is out there, my friend. You just have to open your third eye blind. But look, so again, up until now, I feel like you have an open mind, but you're not convinced yet. So again, the movies took place in 2001, 2002. What was happening with the company DHL around that time? So I looked on their own website, the About Us, the history, and look what was happening in 2001, 2002. This company, Douche Posts, it looks like they were having some meetings about well, I call them Douche. The English language. You guys don't know how to do it over there.
Oh,
we know how to say words here. So Douche was acquiring DHL at this same exact time. Coincidence? Oh, I think not, my friend. Look at this. The partnership with DHL and Douche became intensified in 2000, and by 2002, Douche had acquired it. So, whoa, is this a coincidence that the same time that the company was taken over, that all these gems started to be sent out? I'm telling you, this is more than a coincidence. All right. So, look, in conclusion, these are the hidden owners of DHL. Talk about your douches right there. This is the people. They are working with cultist humans who are intent on demon worshipping and bringing about the apocalypse. All right? Even the company name itself is a thinly veiled acronym for Djinn, Hellspawn Liberators. I am right. This is the truth. I demand justice. I don't know why. I just demand it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before I do that, here you go, folks. I'd just like to apologize to DHL and our German-speaking friends.
Yeah, no, you guys are great. You guys are great. I apologize to everybody. I should just start all of these that way.
There you go, folks. Auf Wiedersehen.